A SAGE program is integrated and interdisciplinary, experiential and site-oriented, intentionally designed. SAGE programs should be intentionally designed to integrate multiple disciplines and to provide students with an experiential education centered around the program location's unique cultural institutions, historical sites, and communities. It may be difficult for SAGE program directors to resist the temptation of beginning the curriculum design process by thinking about all of the relevant texts that they want students to read and all of the culturally significant sites that they want to visit with their students. Designing successful SAGE programs require a different approach, one that does not begin with content and sites, but that instead begins with program-level learning outcomes. SAGE programs should have program-level learning outcomes, which are different than course-specific learning outcomes. Program-level learning outcomes will be most effective if they are broad enough to both integrate the director's disciplines and speak to the student's educational, professional, and personal aspirations.
Program learning outcomes should play an important role in establishing the experiential nature of SAGE programs by accounting not only for what students will learn from the culturally unique experiences that they will have while abroad, but also for the transformation that their program will facilitate. That is to say, program learning outcomes should be transformative learning outcomes by establishing the parameters within which the program will help students reach their educational, professional, and personal goals.
When SAGE program directors have chosen program-level learning outcomes, their curriculum design process can unfold in a number of different ways. Here is what one SAGE program's curriculum looked like from the perspective of a few students who participated in it.
Our directors chose our program learning outcomes by asking themselves, what do we want students to say, and who do we want them to become by the end of our study abroad program? Their answer to that question was that they wanted us to be more curious and creative. Curiosity and creativity are not the type of narrow and disciplinary specific learning outcomes that we usually see in the courses we take. It became clear to us over the course of the program that these broad, character-based learning outcomes enable our professors to integrate their separate disciplines in a coherent way. The learning outcomes made us feel as if we were taking one big connected course rather than 4 separate courses. Curiosity and creativity were more applicable and appealing to us as a diverse group of students with different academic majors and different goals than a traditional set of learning outcomes would have been. Curiosity and creativity were learning outcomes that we constantly talked about, both inside and outside of class. We realized that we could use the experiences we were having in our free time to become more curious and creative. We embraced these learning outcomes and applied them to almost everything we did. They provided us with anchors to which we could tether the transformation that we experienced while studying abroad. We didn't just learn about curiosity and creativity, we became more curious and creative people.
Our professors wanted to give us an experiential education. In other words, they didn't just want us to acquire knowledge, but instead wanted us to learn how to learn from our experiences. They taught us how to do this through experiential learning competencies. These experiential learning competencies taught us how to sharpen our ability to anticipate, participate in, and reflect on our experiences. As we applied these competencies, we recognized that we were becoming more curious and creative, lifelong experiential learners.
Rather than presenting their disciplines to us as sources of knowledge, our professors framed them as buckets of strategies that we could draw from as we anticipated, participated in, and reflected on our experiences. Especially because they were integrated, their disciplines offered us a variety of strategies for being curious about the new culture that we were immersed in and for seeing our own culture from a new perspective. Their disciplines also provided us with strategies to creatively address the kinds of complex problems that are so visible in a large city like London. For instance, literary studies helped us think critically about the narrative structures that influenced our expectations for our experiences in London. Experience design offered us specific strategies for being more open to and thoughtful about the ways in which our experiences in London's museums, markets, theaters, and places of worship had been constructed.
The educational structure of our program learning outcomes, experiential learning competencies, and disciplinary strategies acted as a type of sorting hat that our professors used to choose the text they had us read and the sites we visited as a class. Our program's educational structure put our professors in a position to design innovative learning activities that gave us opportunities to be curious about and creatively engage with London's people, culture, and physical environment.
SAGE invites faculty from across campus to consider proposing interdisciplinary study abroad programs that are integrated in new and exciting ways. We are confident that designing and directing a SAGE program that is interdisciplinary, integrated, and experiential will be one of the most rewarding experiences of your teaching career at BYU.